Chances are you have a piece of content that you've put the keyword in, you've optimized it, but just for some reason it's not ranking well online. Well, welcome to the club. There are so many factors that Google considers when they rank a piece of content, and unfortunately they're pretty tight-lipped on what those factors are and exactly why they chose a certain piece of content to rank above another. Now, in the 15 years that we've been doing this, there are a lot of similar themes and things that we've learned as far as the best practices that you should follow to give your content the best chance of ranking. But as far as it actually ranking, that's up to Google, and we don't have control of that. But what if there was a way that you could find out from Google why your content isn't ranking, or what is wrong with your content, or what they think you could do to your content to make it better than, say, a competitor's piece of content that's ranking above you? That'd be pretty awesome, right? Well, there is a way to do that. So the prompt is in the description below, and I'm going to walk you through how to use it. But why this is so important is because a lot of people write a piece of content, it doesn't rank, and then they walk away from it. But that is such a waste. If we can find out from Google what we could do to an existing piece of content to help it rank better than a competitor, it is so worth the time and so worth the effort to go back and re-optimize that content. So let's get right into it, and I'm going to walk you through this. Okay, so this is the prompt that we're going to use, and this prompt only is going to work if we're using Google Gemini. If you put this into ChatGPT, this whole thing I'm explaining to you is not going to work. And the reason why is because Gemini is connected to Google's brain. And we care what Google thinks about our content, not what ChatGPT thinks about our content. So I'm going to walk you through how this prompt works, and then we're going to actually put it into practice. So the very first part of this is, it says, can you tell me the main difference between the content on this page? So the competitor URL number 1. So what I mean by this is if I have a piece of content that I am trying to rank for, I want to type in the main keyword into Google and see who is ranking above me. And those top 2 URLs of the pieces of content that are ranking above me are what is going to go into the competitor URL 1 and the competitor URL 2 in this prompt. It's also very important that whenever you put question marks in the prompt, you add a space after the URL, because it's very common for URLs to have question marks in them as part of their syntax. So I just want to make that very clear. The next part of the prompt is, and then after analyzing both of those pages, we're talking about the competitor pages, can you tell me how to make the content on my page better on my web page? Here's a URL for my web page. So then you would put in the URL of the content that you have that you were trying to rank for, but is not ranking above competitor URL 1 or competitor URL 2. And this is where the magic happens. Google is going to analyze all 3, and then it's going to tell you what you should do better on your piece of content. So I'm going to walk you through this, show this to you. This is crazy, pretty awesome, but let's start with that. So really quick, before we get into the actual implementation of how this works, I just want to put in a short plug for our do-it-for-you SEO content strategy services. Here at BKA Content, we know what works and what doesn't when it comes to writing awesome content to help you to rank online. And honestly, most people just don't have the time or the expertise to be able to implement a strategy and keep up on it. And that's kind of where we come in. We can give you a free SEO audit to take a look at your existing website, show you what's working and what isn't when it comes to content, and then we'll give you some expert recommendations as well as a plan, a strategy to help you to start ranking higher over time, and we do this for you every single month. So if you want to learn more and get a free SEO audit, which you might as well, but you have nothing to lose, just go to bkacontent.com. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this prompt. I'm just going to copy it. And we're going to go into Gemini, which again is free. Just go to gemini.google.com. You have to be logged into your Google account for this to work. And then what we can do is literally paste in the prompt here. And what we're going to do now is swap out the competitor URLs with real competitor URLs, as well as a URL to a web page that I'm trying to rank for. So it all starts with a piece of content on your website that you're trying to rank for. So for example, if we just go over to the BKA blog, we have some content here on content marketing for law firms. That is the keyword. So what I'm going to do is just copy this URL, and I'm going to go back into Gemini, and where it says your URL that you want recommendations for, I'm going to paste that in. So now we're going to open up Google, and we are going to type in content marketing for law firms and hit enter. So this is where we're going to take a look at the competing content that's actually ranking above that content on our website. So the very first one is an SEMrush article. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to copy the URL and I'm going to go back to my Gemini prompt and I'm going to overlay the URL one and replace that with the actual URL. And then I'm going to go back to Google and we're going to take a look at the next one, which is an article on Clio. And I'm going to click on that. And once this comes up, I'm going to take that URL and copy it and go back into Gemini. And I'm going to replace this over the URL 2. And I'm being careful to leave a space in between my question mark. You can probably do this without the question mark, but I just put it in there because it's a little bit more like how we speak. And they are trying to train these language models to talk like a human. And that's basically it. So just to recap, I've got the first URL that's ranking well. I have the second URL that's ranking well. These are both competitor URLs. And I've put in my URL at the end that I'm trying to find out what's wrong with or what can I do to make it better. Once you've done this, you're going to click submit. Okay, so Gemini is now spitting out some information. And this is where it gets really cool. So it's showing you what it deems the first web page to be and what it's about, right? So it says that this one discusses the benefits and challenges of content marketing and detailed steps to create a content marketing strategy. The second page discusses what content marketing is and the benefits for law firms. And then it says my web page is going to summarize that, discusses the benefits and challenges of in-house content marketing, emphasizes the need for legal content to be accurate and well-researched, and highlights how content marketing can help law firms improve search rankings and attract new clients. Here is the coolest part of all of this. Now Google is going to give me some suggestions on how to improve the content on your web page based on the comparison. So here are the 3 things it's going to tell me that I should do. Number 1, incorporate steps to create content marketing strategy. So similar to the first web page, you can include a section that details steps to create a content marketing strategy. This can include researching frequently asked questions, creating content hubs, and using success stories. The second suggestion it has is expand on content formats. Consider including a section on the various formats law firms can use to deliver content, such as blog posts, infographics, videos, similar to the second web page. And the third suggestion it has is to target the audience. So emphasize the importance of creating content that is valuable, informative, and targeted to the audience similar to the second web page. Boom! Doesn't this blow your mind? So Google's telling me 3 things that I could do or add or change to this existing piece of content that I have to be more competitive with my competitors. So this is so cool because now you can go back to content and do these optimizations as well as some other things that we know work well. But this at least gets you started on the path of helping to make your content better. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that this prompt helps you to know how to go back to your existing content and help it to be better than your competitors. So if you like this video, click like, subscribe, and if you have any comments or experiences that you want to share, put that in the comment section below, and we will see you on the next video.